Hi, everyone. Welcome back to PopCultX, or welcome to PopCultX if this is your first time joining us. Thank you. Thanks for joining. My name is Danny. I'm one of the co-hosts here at PopCultX, and today, as you can see, I'm alone because Gabe, my fellow co-host here, is feeling a little bit under the weather, and he said his voice is kind of sounding, I guess as you would describe Patrick Stewart's character in the Emoji Movie. So, get well soon, Gabe. Hope your voice comes back next week so you can be joining us and talking all things pop culture. Of course, we do talk all things pop culture from our Gen X point of view. With that being said, there was an announcement I saw this week, or today actually, by a former guest of the show, and that was Alex Segura. He announced that he's going to be writing a new Daredevil novel, which I think is really exciting to me. I'm a huge fan of Daredevil, as you can see behind me there. And it's really exciting for me. His novels, his prose work is really great. Recently picked up and am reading his Araña and Spider-Man 2099 novel. So I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of challenges he throws at Matt Murdock. It's really interesting, I think, when you take a graphic medium such as comic books and you put them into a more, into a prose novel where there's no images, and it's up to the authors to bring those descriptions to life that we're used to maybe seeing in illustration. And I think Alex does a really great job of being able to paint that imagery with his words. And as an avid reader, I do like to see and create those images in my head as well. So it's really cool when those two worlds get to come together and you get a comic book writer who now is giving us a comic book character in a non-comic book setting, I guess. So what about you guys out there? Are there any characters that you like or any books that you like from a comic book that translate well into prose fiction that maybe we should check out here? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe and share. Sharing is caring and is really helpful for us here at PopCultX. We just hit the 200 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is really fun and exciting, at least for me, because it means that 200 of you out there have decided that we're worth the time, I guess, for you guys to invest in us a little bit each week. And you care a little bit about what we think, to hit that subscribe button. You don't have to, but you have. So thank you very much. We really do appreciate that. Now, I won't be just alone this episode because that would be very boring for you guys, I'm sure. I am going to be joined by a very special guest interview, and it's someone who I've tried to get on the show for a while now, and I'm excited to have her on because she's a member of a band that I'm a really big fan of, and I've talked about them here on the show before, and they are a great fusion band of heavy metal and mariachi music. Now, it might sound, kind of weird to you, but if you know who they are and you've listened to their music, you know it's really great, especially if you've seen them live. They are fun, and it's a great show, lots of energy, and you're going to walk away with it with a smile, like I did when I saw them live. So without further ado, let's welcome Kyla Vera to the show. Hi, Kyla. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing really well. Thank you for taking some time to chat with us today. And I'm excited really to chat with you because I'm excited to share with our audience what Metalachi is all about. I've talked about you guys on the show before. Like I said, I'm a fan of you. And so with that being said, for those of our audience who might not be familiar with Metalachi, can you give us a brief rundown of who you guys are and how you guys came to be?
Well, we are 5 people that most of us have mariachi training, and then some of us have metal either or training. And we've all come together to combine and make like a fusion project. So it's like we're playing mariachi instrumentation, but then we have like electric guitar instead, electric violin instead with pedal boards and stuff. Traditional Mexican bass, guitarón, and then trumpet. And so we mix them all together. We cover like popular rock songs from the US, but then we try to put Mexican twist on it. So mariachi rhythms, we try to mix in like things like Selena and mariachi songs, like different Latin songs like Negra Tomasa, and just really make it something that's fun and celebrates our heritage, from both places.
Definitely, definitely. And like I said, you do play the electric violin, I guess you'll call it, for the band. So have you always played the violin? Is that something that you grew up doing?
I started when I was 6.
Wow, okay. 6 years old. So I'm sure you didn't start out with an electric violin, so you probably gravitated toward that. What really interested you or got you into, like, I guess, are you a fan of heavy metal music to begin with?
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of heavy metal and rock and just like things that are like different and unique. Like when I was a kid, I loved like Elvira
Oh,
and
nice.
Adam's Family and stuff. And then I feel like that goes hand in hand with not just like rock or metal or alternative, but like a lot of the stuff we do, just like kooky, weird, fun things. Like I love things people and acts that are over the top and
Hmm.
characters and just have tons of fun. I don't want to be around anyone that takes themselves too seriously. It's just where's the fun in
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, definitely. I think I read a quote from the Phoenix New Times about you guys from your website that I'll share here. They said about this about Metalachi that they combined the humor of Steel Panther, the flamboyance of Guar, and the electric rawness of Rod Zombie. There's also a little dose of Spinal Tap and a hint of Cheech and Chong. Then the music is classical metal covers from artists like Metallica fused with classic mariachi by like Vicente Fernandez and Mariachi Vargas de Catan, I think I said that right. Their set list is punctuated by comedic interludes and skits, and I think that sums you guys up best. I saw you guys perform live once here in Las Vegas, and I was doing photography for the show as well. But it was so much fun. I mean, the whole crowd was really into it. Is that something that really drives you guys when you perform live? The audience, the vibe of that.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, obviously we're going to give it our all, whether there's like 5 people like barely clapping or like 10,000 cheering. But it definitely does help to have audience participation, to see them smiling and dancing and singing and getting drunk and whatever else they want to do. Like, as long as they're having a good time, we're doing our job. So
Yeah, yeah. And you
definitely
guys
help.
do it well. Definitely do that your job well, so to speak. Now, as a band, do you guys choose like what songs you're going to cover, or who's like the driving force behind that?
Well, our musical director is our guitar player, Paco,
Okay.
and he picks a lot of them, but we do all have input if we would like.
Hmm.
Um, and we do like yay or nay songs, like if we feel like they're not working, or if it's something that, say, the singer um, doesn't feel like it's a good fit for him, we do have that power to, kind of
Yeah,
communicate with each other what we're comfortable with.
that's cool. Now, is there any song that you haven't done yet that maybe like that you're really want to try out or really want to get, you know, on your guys' band set list?
We were working on Highway Star, which was
Oh,
really
okay.
fun, and I don't know why we haven't finished it yet, but that one I'd really like to get um on our set list because I'm really enjoying struggling through the keyboard solos. So, like I've got it down enough to where I'm comfortable to let's do it. So, if I put that much work into it, we better do
There,
it.
there you go. If you're putting in the work, you have to make it happen. Definitely. Um, is there any sort of like, I guess, challenges that you guys face as a fusion band? Like for me, I come from like a mixed ethnicity background, so I'm half Mexican, half Jewish, and I know I don't fit really. I don't feel like I fit into either that well. Is there any sort of challenges like that when you bring in a fusion band to life?
Yeah. I mean, when I first started out, I felt like, I had a lot of both, but then I come in and I see all these people on two different sides that are so very different, and I realize that I'm just a weirdo. And like I have a lot to learn from both sides. And it's really cool to just see everyone come together and like understand like how to balance out like the Mexican jokes and stuff that people that maybe aren't into that culture
Hmm.
understand. And like just that, we have two very different groups of people, sometimes more than two, that we have to kind of get everyone on the same page so that only like it's not just like all the brown people are laughing at this joke, all the metalheads are laughing at that joke. We want everyone to feel included with everything.
Do you see a distinction at your shows of like, okay, there's the metalheads over there, they're gonna really love this, and there's like maybe the more mariachi fans who are gonna appreciate our style, or are they just like immersed?
You definitely see it, but I feel like by the end of the show, everyone's just, holding hands and singing Kumbaya. You know.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I really love when and I think that's what pop culture really does, at least from my perspective. It brings together two different, opposing things, not even opposing, just two different separate things and fuses them together, much like Metalachi does. And so it's really cool to hear that you guys, they started out over here, but by the end, they're mix mash. So that's really cool to hear. Now, another thing that I know that you're very heavily into, I guess maybe even more so, maybe even might be even more important than music, is your animal advocacy. And I think that's a really important topic. So if you don't mind telling me a little bit more about that and what you're not only what you're doing, but what you're striving to do, what you're trying to make a difference for some of these animals.
Well, I have a bunch of rescued animals of my own. That's what you call, like in rescue, personal animals. And then I always have a multitude of cats and dogs and whoever else, like as fosters, that I have taken out of bad situations. And I'm trying to find them homes for, better lives for. I get them all vaccinated, I get them
That's
fixed.
cool.
We get them as healthy as we can, medication, if they need surgery, any kind of treatment, we do our best to take care of them and then find them good homes. And on top of that, my friends and we all rescue on our own and we kind of help each other out. And we do, I try to help others in the community. So, for example, people who hit hard times and they can't afford to feed or get medical care for their animals at that point in time. When I have the funds, I help them. If I have food donated, I will take it to whoever, needs it,
Cool.
and stuff like that. So I try to do my best to give back to the community. We also do TNR. So for people that don't know, that's when there's cats that can't really be domesticated, or maybe it's going to take some time. So you get them vaccinated and fixed and then release them. And then at least they're not reproducing while you're trying to see if you can get them domestic. And if not, then at least they have lived the rest of their life without having like 8,000 more babies. So
that's really cool. That's really good. Not it's more than just good work. That's really like, really special. It really is. It takes a kind, open heart to do that, especially when you're taking in some of these animals that might not be in the best of shape. So it must be a little rough, and you want to see them do and live the best life that they can. So hats off to you for taking that on, for doing that. That is really commendable.
Thank you. I'm actually distracted right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 2 cats, 2 dogs, and a rabbit. Hey, get out of there. Excuse me. Onyx, come here. You can meet everyone's favorite Onyx. She's trying to eat all the bunny poop, so we're just gonna hold her.
There you go.
Stop. Don't kiss me. This is Onyx's fan favorite. She was actually featured in a couple of music videos. She's very popular. When I go to shows, there's a lot of times that people go, "You're Onyx's mom," and they don't even remember my name. They just remember her. She's everyone's favorite.
That's cool. Onyx. That's cool. Yeah, was she in the Bohemian Rhapsody video?
No.
Okay.
She was in some other band's videos, but nothing.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I thought maybe she was in that one, because I did catch the Bohemian Rhapsody video that you guys made, and that was really fun. Okay, so we are, of course, like I said, a pop culture show. So, of course, I got to get a little bit of pop culture questions in here for you. So, what are you currently like outside of Metalachi stuff? What are you currently listening to, or maybe it's on repeat on your playlist?
Well, I really love Devin Townsend, and I've been kind of having a resurgence of just like being obsessed with him because I saw him the other day. and
Oh, okay.
he's so good. He's so weird. I think he's put out at least 19 albums,
Oh, wow.
and like he has two albums that are just rock operas about an alien that drinks coffee. I don't know if you know him.
I'm
Um,
not familiar with him, but I'm gonna have to look him up after this. That sounds really
yeah, he
awesome.
has a lot of good stuff. He had a choir. He hired a choir for one of his songs called Pandemic, and they almost quit because like the lyrics were about diarrhea and sneezing. He has no shame. He's hilarious. He's so talented. He sang with Steve Vai. He's done a lot of amazing stuff. So he's like at the top right now. And
Okay.
then coming up August 4th, we have guest artists coming in who I'm very, very excited to work with. So Caesar Soto from Ministry. Ministry's been like one of my favorite bands
Oh,
forever.
cool.
And we finally get to play a song together. And then our friend Adrian Aguilar from Ex Mortis and Violence. So I've been listening a lot to them, like a lot extra lately, just to like catch up. So Caesar, actually, I wanna plug them real quick. Caesar has his new band, Man the Mute, is coming out with a new album in a couple months, and Ex Mortis is coming out with a new album on August 25th.
Okay.
And yeah, so hopefully everyone follows our guest artists as well. I love promoting like friends, people
Yeah.
that people that I work with and that I really like. I want to make sure we help each other out. We work together. Like it's such an honor and a privilege to like know all these people and to meet musicians that you really look up to and admire, and all that. It's great. I feel
Yeah.
so lucky. I have all these animals. I have great music friends. Good job. Like it's all great, right?
She's supposed to bark right there, but she didn't get the cue, I guess.
She's not a very barky dog. Like unless it's like the least opportune time. She's
Oh, yeah,
right.
I hear you. Well, I did want to get into that a little bit and about upcoming events that Metalachi has. You said August 4th, and I believe that's going to be in Orange County. Is that correct?
Yes, in Santa Ana at the observatory.
Okay. So, and where can people go if they want to follow you guys? Is it best on your Instagram? Is it best on the website? Where do you think would be best for people to go view these shows and upcoming events?
Well, we have Facebook, Instagram, and our website. Our website is linked to our bands in town. I
Okay.
like bands in town because you can sign up for emails, and
Oh,
then
okay.
you'll get email for show alerts as they're announced.
That's
So
really
you can
cool.
sign up. I don't know if it's by area or by band or both, but I think that's pretty nice. Like so you're
Yeah.
not having to keep track of your favorite bands. They'll keep track of you. Like
Definitely. That is cool. I know you guys are coming to Vegas at the end of August, I think, or middle of August. So hoping
the
to see you
19th,
guys. Yeah, I'm
the
hoping to see you
19th,
guys there at the Silver Seven. So I'm gonna try and get in over there to see you guys in person again. That'd be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So real quick, last few questions. Is there anything you're currently watching? Anything you're currently reading that you like to share? Or is it all just
Mm,
music right now?
yeah, honestly, like all my time is either like rescuing or doing like band manager stuff if I'm not playing shows. So I don't have a lot of time, unfortunately, for like anything fun like that. I'm still catching on. My name is Earl from like 20 years ago.
That's okay. Yeah, I got you. I understand it. A busy lifestyle. That's completely understandable. As a band manager, is that a little different hat from you, or have you always been the band manager for Metalachi?
I just started a couple years ago,
Okay,
but I realized that I've already done a lot of that stuff in other forms for forever. And so it did take, there was a learning curve for like this type of band with this level of workload and all of that. But it really wasn't that hard because I realized I already had a lot of the skills from other businesses I've run, other bands I've worked with and stuff like that. So
well, that's
it's
cool.
fun. I
So you
love
just kind
it.
of slid right into it. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah. I had a friend who was a band manager, and it looked like it was a lot of fun. I mean, I always enjoy myself being around musicians. Is like, I don't know. There's just something magical about being in the room when people are creating music and just or playing music, and so being able to talk to you is really exciting for me. So I love talking with musicians. It's really fun. Well, I think that's about it for tonight. Thank you so much, Kyla, for taking some time and sharing a little bit about Metalachi with us, sharing a little bit about your animal advocacy. We really appreciate that. And I really hope everyone out there goes and signs up on Bands in Town for Metalachi so you can get notified of when they're going to be in your town so you can go catch them live because it is a great show and you will not be disappointed. So thank you very much. I truly, truly appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. We'll see you soon, right?
That's right. You will. Thanks again, Kyla, for taking some time to join us. I will be linking Metalachi's information in the comment, and not the comments, in the description below. So you guys can go subscribe to them, go to their Bands in Town, go find out, go watch or listen to some of their music. It's on iTunes, it's on their YouTube channel. Go hear them and go just enjoy what I've enjoyed for all this time. So thank you, Kyla, for taking some time to chat with me. And everyone out there, be sure to share with your friends. I mean, let's promote this fusion of music as much as we can. And because, like I said, pop culture is really a fusion. It really is. It really is a mix and a combination of different things. And I think I wrote about that once when we first started this show, about how pop culture really is just this accumulation of various different genres. Like in The Simpsons, they do a great job of it, where they take people from sports, people from music, and they bring them all together. And I think that's what really pop culture is to me, and it really makes it so great. And I don't want to end on a down note here, but I do want to take a moment to acknowledge and to recognize the life of Paul Rubens, better known as Pee Wee Herman, who sadly has passed away after a 6-year-long battle with cancer that he kept private. And if you're part of Gen X, you probably grew up with watching Pee Wee's Playhouse or Pee Wee's Big Adventure. And he was such a 1980s pop culture phenomenon. So hats off and bow ties to you, Mr. Paul Rubens, and we really appreciate all the joy that you brought to our lives. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in this week. We really appreciate it, and we will see you all next time.